When I say, who's the master? You say, no.
What is up, everybody? Sean the King, the one and only, and I'm here to bring you my review for Teen Titans Go Episode 2. Alright, before I get into this review, I want to say a few things. Last week, I brought you guys the premiere episode of Teen Titans Go, and I think I made a couple of really good, valid points about the show and things that I didn't like about it, and some of those same points do hold true today, a week later, but I do want to say that I may have went into the first review with a slight bit of on a curve, because I was really upset about the show coming on in the first place, pretending that it's Teen Titans when it was a completely different show, and the continuity wasn't even the same, things didn't make sense, so I may have graded the first episode a little harshly than I normally would have. But luckily, I'm coming into this episode 2 with a completely open and mind and view, and I don't want you guys to think that I can't relate to this kind of show because of my age, because I can. I actually watch a couple of shows on Cartoon Network that are not action related. I am actually pretty fond of the regular show. It comes on Mondays at 8 o'clock. I love that show, and I used to watch, a couple of other different shows that kind of borderline on this kind of TV show, but I will say I hate Adventure Time. Cannot stand Adventure Time, but again, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, let's jump into this review. Alright, I will start off by saying that Episode 2 was actually better than Episode 1 in my opinion. I felt like I will say that the first part of because again, the episode is broken into 2 smaller episodes. So the first half of the show I actually enjoyed the most. I felt like I laughed the most. I felt like it was the wittiest part of the show. The second half of it was a little bit, again, contrived for me, but you'll get what I'm saying later on. The first episode, a really quick overview, is Robin is begging the other Titans to drive him places because he's gotten his license suspended. To which the point where he looked up an online driver to give him, a driving test. He goes on these driving tests, and the driver is actually a robber who is having Robin drive him around as his getaway driver. They rob about 4 or 5 different banks, and the Titans finally catch on, and the huge chase scene. Robin gets rid of the bad guy, and that's pretty much it. The second episode is Raven. She's in a pretty bad mood. Her dad, Trigon, is coming to visit her, and he basically wants her to become the evil Raven that can take over the planet. She doesn't want to do it. The Titans are all enamored with the dad because he's being so nice. He offers them powers. A battle ensues, and then, that episode abruptly ends. Now, in talking about the review on the actual episode, I thought the first half of the episode was pretty solid. I actually found myself laughing a lot more than I did in episode 1 when they were dealing with the whole bread and I like pie and all that, bullshit. I didn't like that at all, I'm not gonna lie. But this episode I actually enjoyed, and I've come to realize that for me, Robin is probably the standout character so far. He has actually been the one that's made me laugh so far. The whole slapstick between Cyborg and Beast Boy, I haven't really feel that much. I do like Silky. Silky is also a nice addition because it now looks like, Silky is like one of those background characters that, he has his own little situations that he gets into. Like this episode, he ate some poisonous berries and got very sick. And when Trigon was giving out power, Silky got wings. So again, that kind of stuff was pretty funny. Now again, talking about the first half of the episode, again, I do still have some gripes because again, me being a realist, I'm like, come on, Robin, you're a superhero, and you don't realize this guy is having you drive around. You got cops shooting at you. They're putting up barricades, and you don't see him in the rear view mirror. You don't see him in the front. Just those little tidbits that used to little annoy me. But then at the end, he was like, "You didn't know the entire time." He's like, "Oh, I knew. That's why I didn't tell you about the monster." and this monster drags into like a dimension or whatever the case may be. But in the back of my head, I'm still thinking, well, you let him get away like 4 or 5 times with huge bags of money, so if you knew, he still had all that money, so where is it now? Just saying. But I realize how I have to review this show now. I have to kind of like, and I hate to say it this way, but dumb down my senses a little bit and kind of go into it like just trying to enjoy a show. Like the show is not gonna have any real continuity to the show, because by the end of it, they're driving around in space and, you know, all this kind of stuff, jumping over the rainbows, meeting elves and leprechauns. So the show clearly is not going to be following the Teen Titans lore and things of that nature. And I guess that's fine. I just kind of have to put myself in that mindset as I'm watching, so I don't get freaked out over the fact that, you know, Robin didn't notice a bank robber for however long he kept going to get his license. Again, with the second episode, I thought it was kind of cool because, again, actually there was one part I do want to talk about from the first half where Robin explains how he lost his license by crashing a Batmobile. I thought that was classic, and even the Batman reference that Trigon gave in the second part of the episode was actually kind of cool too. So again, like, all this stuff that I've been enjoying so far has been coming from Robin. In the second episode, I think the highlight from that episode was probably when Trigon gave them powers, and Starfire had the ability to talk like a teenager, and, you know, she has the whole LOLs and the whatevers and always typing on her little device. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was pretty good and just kind of weird, you know. Beast Boy being able to turn into anything, and the only thing that I just didn't get the punchline on was the whole Cyborg getting a dog as his hand. I guess that was like a little punchline they were trying to use. I just really didn't get it. It really wasn't funny to me, but whatever. Overall, I'm going to score this episode. I think I'm going to score these episodes on a 10 scale. I think I'm going to rate this show on a 10 scale. And right now, I'm probably leaning to about a 6.5. That's the best I can do now. Again, I rate now in comparison. I rated, if I had to rate the first episode, again, if you guys haven't got a chance to check out my review for the first episode, go ahead. I'm going to link in the description below the link to the first episode review, so you don't have a hard time finding it. But I'm going to have to say that I rated the first episode probably a 5 out of 10. I just didn't like the way it started. But again, like I said, now that I'm looking at it with a different set of eyes, I guess you could say, it's growing on me. I'm good. Like I said, I usually when I do reviews on shows that I'm potentially looking to do for the entire season, I do the first 3 episodes to kind of gauge. So I'll be reviewing this show again next Tuesday, and then I'll make my final decision whether or not I'm going to be doing this for the entire season. But again, I want to know what you guys think. That's the whole point of this. I want to know what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know in the comments section below. What did you think about the episode? And also, this is what I really want to know. I want to know worst moment, best moment, and which of the halves did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy the first part of the episode or the second part of the episode? Because I kind of want to see if you guys can gauge with me on how I feel about it. Because I've seen, again, 2 episodes in, and I prefer the first episodes greatly better more than the latter half of the episodes. But again, this is just my opinion. Like I said, just comment in the section below. Let me know. Thumbs up the video if you could, and don't forget to subscribe. Showing Up the King, the one and only, and you guys have a fantastic day.